In the apocalypse, others awaken systems. Slay zombies, save the world. The system I awaken. Many children, many blessings, marry more wives and have more kids to grow stronger. Looking at the sharp-tongued landlady kneeling on the ground begging me to take her in, I fell into deep thought. The moment I pushed open the shop door, I saw Xiaowan straddling the landlady in a wildly suggestive pose. Wu Xueyan was lying on the floor screaming, while Xiaowan pinned her down, growling like a beast. Hearing the noise, Xiaowan whipped her head around. I snapped wide awake in an instant. Her eyes were completely rolled back, veins bulging on her face, and her mouth gaped open at an angle no normal person could ever achieve. Drool dripped from her chin. Zombie. Holy crap, it's a zombie. Lin Yao, help. Xiaowan has gone crazy. Seizing the moment when Xiaowan turned her head, Wu Xueyan shoved her away with all her might. Xiaowan tumbled right in front of me, then scrambled up and charged at me the next second. I dodged to the side on instinct. She couldn't stop in time and slammed headfirst into the concrete pillar by the door. With a loud bang, her scalp split open, blood smearing half her face. She didn't even stagger. She turned and lunged at me again. I spotted a wrench left from repairing the roller shutter in the corner. I grabbed it, aimed at her head, and smashed it down. Take that. Crack. The sound of her skull shattering was so clear it made my scalp crawl. Xiaowan collapsed straight down and stopped moving completely. Before I could catch my breath, a ding-dong sounded in my mind. Detected that the host has killed the first zombie. Rewarding a newbie gift pack. Gift pack auto-opening. Congratulations, host, on binding the Many Children, Many Blessings lottery system. As long as you save many beauties and they are willing to become your women, you can earn lottery draws. Now providing the host with one free lottery draw. The global apocalypse has arrived. Please strive to survive, host. The heavy responsibility of repopulating humanity rests on your shoulders. After a cold, mechanical female voice finished speaking in my mind, an electronic interface visible only to me appeared before my eyes. System? Many children, many blessings? Apocalypse? I froze for 2 seconds, then ecstasy surged in my heart. But there was no time to study it. More roars came from outside. I looked up. The corridor on the 5th floor of the commercial center was full of people running for their lives, chased by a horde of zombies in the same state as Xiaowan. One man ran a step too slow, and a zombie bit him on the neck. Blood sprayed out like a fountain. Help me, he shouted in despair. No one helped him. Everyone was only concerned with their own escape. And I noticed that several zombies had spotted me and were charging in my direction. Whoa. I grabbed Xiaojuan's corpse and threw it outside the door, then jumped up and yanked the roller shutter down, locking it tight. The zombies slammed into the roller shutter, pounding frantically, their roars shaking the door panels. I quickly pulled all the curtains over the floor-to-ceiling windows to block their view. After several minutes, the pounding finally subsided. I peeked through a gap in the curtains. Finding they couldn't break through the door, the zombies turned to chase other living people. I plopped down on the floor, my heart pounding wildly, my back drenched in cold sweat. Way too intense. Lin Yao, what on earth is going on? Wu Xueyan's voice came from behind me, trembling noticeably. She was huddled behind the cash register, only half her face showing. Her usual haughty demeanor was completely gone. Her face was as white as paper. As you can see, everyone's turning into zombies. I said, wiping off sweat. Zombies. Wu Xueyan's face paled even more, and she shook like a leaf. She scrambled over and grabbed my arm. Lin Yao, you have to protect me. I shook her off. Protect you? On what grounds? Because I'm your landlady. I pay your salary every month. She said in disbelief. I cut her off with a raised hand. Shut your mouth. For $1,000 a month, and you expect me to risk my life for you? Dream on. I used to help you boost sales every day, and what did you do? You deducted my pay at every turn. I came back today to quit. If it weren't for this damn mess, I wouldn't even bother with you. Now let go of my hand. Wu Xueyan was speechless from my retort, but she still didn't let go. She bit her lip and said, Lin Yao, I was wrong about everything before. Once this is over, I'll definitely raise your salary. 5,000. No, 6,000. I looked at this adorably foolish woman and couldn't help but sneer. Are you really that dumb, or just pretending? Zombie outbreak. The end of the world. What use is money now? It's too rough even to wipe your ass. I pried her hand off, found a stool, and sat down. Feeling a bit hungry, I took a piece of bread from my backpack and gnawed on it while studying the system. The bread in my backpack was bought at the train station before returning to Zhonghan City. At best, it would only last me 2 days. The system interface was simple, a big lottery wheel, with the number of available draws displayed as one below. Another was the personal panel, strength 10, defense 5, agility 4, spirit 5, charm 7. The skill slot was empty, the item slot was empty, and the wife slot was also empty. The rules were clear: marry and have children to earn lottery draws, and the draws give skills and items. I mulled over how to survive this apocalypse, and my gaze involuntarily fell on Wu Xueyan. This woman, 30 years old, was really something. At 1.65 meters, her legs were slender and long. Today she wore a black qipao, slid up to the thigh. Her hair was pinned up, her face lightly made up, her skin glowing white, with curves in all the right places and not an ounce of excess fat. Before, I thought such a woman was out of my league. But now, with the apocalypse here, who cares about status? Grumble. Wu Xueyan's stomach suddenly growled. She clutched her belly, looking a bit embarrassed. She had originally planned to go out for a meal, but after being attacked by Xiaowan, she'd missed 2 meals and was already starving. Lin Yao, I'm not asking you to protect me, but for the sake of the years we've known each other, can you give me a piece of bread? She came closer again, her tone noticeably softer this time. I took a bite of bread without looking up. No, you, unless you become my woman. Wu Xueyan's eyes widened as if she'd seen a ghost. What did you say? Have you gone crazy? You toad lusting after a swan's flesh. Look at your status. Are you worthy of me? She stepped back, her tone turning haughty again. Lin Yao, let me tell you. Don't think just because it's the apocalypse you can do whatever you want. I, Wu Xueyan, would rather starve to death than ever. I pulled another piece of bread from my bag and waved it in front of her. Really not eating? Wu Xueyan swallowed hard but still talked tough. Even if you threw it on the ground, I wouldn't glance at it. Fine, have it your way. I didn't push it. I put the bread back in my bag, moved a few stools together to form a row, lay down on them, and closed my eyes to rest. I had struggled all the way from a small 18th-tier city to Zhonghan City, graduating from university full of ideals. Thinking hard work would make me stand out, only to be beaten black and blue by reality. I worked at this shop for 2 years, getting picked on and having my pay docked by this woman every day. On a good month, if I actually got 3,500 out of my 4,000 salary, I'd be thanking my lucky stars. Not long ago, my mother passed away from a serious illness, and I just got back after handling the funeral in my hometown. I'm no longer the naive youth I once was. Whoever treats me with courtesy, I'll return the courtesy. Whoever treats me badly, I'll be even worse. Wu Xueyan stomped back to the cash register and tapped away at her phone. After a while, her breathing grew more and more rapid. She must have seen the situation outside online. The military and police systems had completely collapsed. The city was fully overrun. Anyone bitten would turn into a zombie. The government had issued emergency shelter notices, but no one was coming to rescue. She put down her phone and stole a glance at me. I ignored her. About half an hour later, she came out from behind the cash register and stood in front of me, her eyes a little red. Her lips moved for a long time before she squeezed out the words. Lin Yao, can I get a piece of bread on credit? I'll pay you back 10 times when it's safe. 100 times. I opened my eyes and looked at her. Wu Xueyan's expression changed. Are you robbing me? Then don't eat. Fine. 100 times it is. She agreed through gritted teeth. I sat up. He unhurriedly took out a piece of bread from his bag, tore open the wrapper, broke off a small piece, and stuffed it into his own mouth. Then he handed the remaining half to her. Wu Xueyan stared blankly at the half piece of bread, her lips trembling. You're only giving me half? At 100 times the price, half is already a bargain for you. I smiled and added another sentence. And you have to be my woman before I give you this bread. Wu Xueyan clenched her fists, her eyes completely red. Lin Yao, do you have to bully me like this? I know I wasn't very nice to you before, but what? But because you're a woman, I should give in to you? It's the apocalypse, and you're still playing the gender card. I stood up and slapped her across the face with a crisp sound. Wu Xueyan was stunned by the slap, covering her face as tears rolled down. If you dare play the gender card with me again, I won't wait for the zombies to bite you. I'll send you down to see Xiaowan right now. I said coldly, then lay back on the stool and went back to sleep. Wu Xueyan crouched in the corner sobbing, but this time she didn't dare say another word. It's not that I lack sympathy, but I know very well. In this apocalypse, the soft-hearted die the fastest. Outside, the roars of zombies could still be heard intermittently. I used my backpack as a pillow, and before closing my eyes, I squinted through a slit to observe Wu Xueyan. Who knew if she might try to attack me in the middle of the night to steal the bread? Better to be careful. In the middle of the night, Wu Xueyan's stomach growled several times. She tossed and turned, unable to sleep, and glanced my way many times, but ultimately never dared to come over. The next morning, I woke up on time, full of energy and stretched. Wu Xueyan was leaning against the cashier counter, her face sallow, lips cracked and dry, looking completely exhausted. She hadn't eaten for 2 nights and a day. Originally a pampered rich lady with delicate skin, how could she endure such suffering? I took out the half piece of bread left from last night from my bag and leisurely ate it with some mineral water. Wu Xueyan stared fixedly at the bread in my hand, her eyes like a wild dog that had been starving for 3 days. Lin Yao, she finally spoke, her voice hoarse beyond recognition. I'm willing to become your woman. Please give me a bite to eat. She crawled over and knelt before me, tears pattering down. It was all my fault before. I deducted your wages, I was sharp-tongued and mean. I wasn't human. Please give me something to eat. I'm really about to starve to death. A beautiful boss who used to boss people around every day, now kneeling on the ground begging me. Honestly, this scene was quite satisfying. I looked at her, remembering those annoying things like how she would dock my pay at every turn and scold me in front of customers. And then looked at her current miserable state, sneering inwardly while keeping a straight face. Have you thought it through? I raised an eyebrow. Wu Xueyan nodded desperately. Last night, I had already drawn the prize given by the system. The big will spun a few times, ding-dong twice, and 2 skills were acquired. Night vision, able to see everything clearly in pitch-black darkness. Fireball, level 1. Launch a high-temperature fireball, hitting the target with absolute accuracy within 20 meters. I didn't dare test fireball, afraid of setting this clothing store on fire. Night vision was indeed useful. Last night, without turning on the lights, I could see everything clearly. Even the bruise on Wu Xueyan's leg from where Xiaowan had pinched her was plainly visible. With these 2 skills as a safety net, I felt much more at ease. Now, it was time to take in my first woman in the apocalypse. I sat up straight, took out another piece of bread from my backpack, looked at Wu Xueyan kneeling before me, and said slowly, "All right then. You know what you should do now." I know. Wu Xueyan felt extremely wronged, but to avoid starving to death, she could only nod. Ding dong. Detected that the host has obtained his first woman. Reward. 1 system lottery draw. Ding dong. System triggers an extra reward. Host receives 10 attribute points to strengthen physique. Oh, an unexpected surprise. Lin Yao was ecstatic inside. Besides the lottery draw, there was actually an extra reward. The system is awesome. In an extremely good mood, Lin Yao handed the bread to Wu Xueyan. Wu Xueyan took the bread and started wolfing it down. It had been 24 hours since she last ate. She felt her stomach was about to cave in from hunger. Had enough? Lin Yao watched Wu Xueyan quickly swallow the bread, a trace of a smile flashing at the corner of his mouth as he patted the soft stool. Although the boss lady had a bad heart, her appearance was truly impeccable. At 30 years old, her skin was still as fair and tender as an 18-year-old's, with not an ounce of excess flesh on her body, and moreover, she possessed a mature and alluring charm that other 18-year-old girls lacked. Wu Xueyan's body stiffened. She wasn't a naive newcomer to society. In fact, when she was young, Wu Xueyan had already experienced a failed marriage, and this shop was the property she received in the divorce settlement. But now everything was gone, and the only goal was to survive. And since she was physically weak, to survive, she had to pay a price. In the afternoon, Lin Yao continued to hide behind the curtain and observe. Now that he was sharing his food with Wu Xueyan, the bread in his backpack wouldn't be enough to last 2 more days. By tonight at the latest, the bread would be finished, and he had to consider going out to find some food. The zombies outside were still wandering. Lin Yao felt a bit frustrated. Don't these zombies get hungry? It had been a whole day, and he hadn't seen any signs of weakness in these zombies. Peeking through the gap to secretly assess the situation outside, Lin Yao spotted a vending machine about 20 meters away. In this commercial center, the 1st and 2nd floors were for jewelry and general merchandise. The 3rd floor was the food court, the 4th floor was women's clothing, the 5th floor men's clothing, and the 6th floor was a comprehensive entertainment area. Now he was on the 5th floor, so going to the 3rd floor to get food was definitely unrealistic. He could only target this floor first. Fortunately, the mall thoughtfully placed vending machines at intervals on floors other than the 3rd. Lin Yao saw that the glass of the vending machine had been smashed, and the snacks inside were scattered on the ground, trampled into a mess by passing zombies. However, there were still some snacks inside the machine. It seemed tonight's target would be this vending machine, and he also had to pray for a power outage tonight. Otherwise, with the lights blazing, he would have no way to act. For now, he decided to first check the rewards from the system. This time the system gave 10 attribute points to strengthen physique. After thinking it over, Lin Yao added 5 points to defense. Zombies were too terrifying now, so he needed to boost his defense. The other 5 points went directly to agility. Being able to run fast would also help dodge zombies. Feeling the change in his physique, Lin Yao nodded with satisfaction, then opened the lottery interface. He clicked to draw. The pointer spun again and finally stopped. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for drawing the Virus Resistance Level 1 skill. Congratulations to the host for drawing 10 skill points. Virus Resistance Level 1. Can resist viral invasion from Level 1 zombies. This skill is pretty good. Lin Yao had long suspected that those living people turned into zombies after being bitten, meaning these zombies carried a virus. With this skill, he wouldn't have to fear being bitten. And judging by this, zombies had level distinctions, though he didn't know if there were any visual differences between Level 1 and Level 2 zombies. The other reward was 10 skill points. Lin Yao discovered that only the Fireball Level 1 and Virus Resistance Level 1 skills had buttons to add points behind them, indicating these two skills could be upgraded, while Night Vision could not. Without rushing to use the skill points, Lin Yao noticed some changes in his personal panel. Host. Lin Yao, Strength, 10, Defense, 10, Agility, 9, Spirit, 5, Charm, 7 skill points, 10 skills, Night Vision, Fireball Level 1, Virus Resistance Level 1 items, none. The original wife column had disappeared. Lin Yao tried swiping the system and found that a third page had appeared. This page had an independent list, and the first entry was Wu Xueyan's avatar. Interesting. Lin Yao praised, then tapped on Wu Xueyan's avatar. Name, Wu Xueyan, age, 30, height, 164 centimeters, measurements, 35C-20-31, charm rating, loyalty, 10%, offspring, none, ability, not yet awakened. The above briefly introduced Wu Xueyan's physical condition and charm rating. Lin Yao focused his attention on the 3 items, loyalty, offspring, and ability. Loyalty was easy to understand. It meant that Wu Xueyan had only agreed to become his woman for food and hadn't truly fallen in love with him. A loyalty of 10% was normal. Offspring is even easier to understand. It means she's not pregnant. The ability entry is worth discussing. What does it mean? Could Wu Xueyan awaken an ability in the future? So does my system count as an ability or something else? Since Wu Xueyan might awaken an ability, other survivors must also have the potential to awaken abilities. This world is starting to develop in a direction I can't understand. Lin Yao rubbed his temples, slowly digesting this information. It doesn't make sense that he has a system and skills, while others have nothing. So the path to survival in the future is going to be quite eventful. It's just unclear whether everyone will evolve abilities or only certain individuals. That can only be determined later. Lin Yao turned his attention back to the vending machine outside, his mind starting to work. It wasn't until noon that Wu Xueyan woke up. Feeling the pain in her body, she propped herself up and stared blankly for a while. But as a married woman, she quickly accepted the situation. Lin Yao, I'm still hungry, Wu Xueyan said softly after getting dressed. Here, take this and eat. Lin Yao was generous with his woman, taking out a piece of bread and handing it over. Wu Xueyan took the bread and swallowed it. Of course, this wasn't enough to fill her up, but it was enough to stave off dizziness from hunger, and she began to feel a bit grateful to Lin Yao. Her loyalty increased. Lin Yao saw on the system that Wu Xueyan's loyalty had risen to 20%, which made him somewhat expectant. Loyalty reaching 100%, because a tip in the corner of the system wrote, when loyalty reaches 100%, it will grant another lottery chance. The two of them stayed like this until evening. Finally, the power went out. Lin Yao knew his opportunity had come. He found a retractable clothes-hanging pole and some transparent tape, wrapped the tape several times in reverse on the tip of the pole, and gently removed the vent cover of the central air conditioning duct. He didn't dare to walk out openly under the cover of night. It was too dangerous. Who knew if those zombies had night vision? After thinking it over, he decided to crawl through the central air conditioning ducts. Coincidentally, that vending machine was also directly below a duct opening. As long as he didn't make any noise, the chances of getting food were high. Lin Yao, be careful. Wu Xueyan watched Lin Yao crawl into the duct with a face full of worry. Now she could only count on Lin Yao to get food to survive. Lin Yao nodded and squeezed his whole body into the duct. This shopping mall was very large, and the central air conditioning ducts it used were also thick enough, with a diameter of half a meter, enough for him to crawl inside. Damn, How long has it been since these were cleaned? Lin Yao looked at his dirty clothes and muttered a complaint before continuing to crawl forward. He moved very slowly, afraid of making the slightest sound. Although the duct was over 3 meters above the ground, and zombies couldn't fly, it was better to be careful. Every time he passed a duct opening, Lin Yao would look outside to confirm his position. The night vision skill was very effective. Outside it was pitch black, but to him it was as clear as daytime. Below the duct openings, zombies tilted their heads and continued to wander, and even the smell of blood from the zombies stimulated Lin Yao's nostrils through the openings. Lin Yao didn't dare to linger. He continued to crawl forward slowly until, after more than 10 minutes, he arrived above the vending machine. Gently removing the duct opening, he took out the clothes-hanging pole and began reaching into the vending machine. The pole was 2 meters long in total, so he only needed to extend his hand to touch the vending machine. Lin Yao held his breath and carefully touched the tip of the pole to a cup of instant noodles. The cup of noodles stuck firmly to the tape, and Lin Yao gently pulled it back. With the noodles in hand, Lin Yao let out a long breath. The zombies were wandering not far from the vending machine, and he was afraid of accidentally waking them. Having succeeded on the first try, Lin Yao's confidence soared. He began to collect food while keeping an eye on the surrounding zombies. The whole process was extremely thrilling. At one point, a zombie even passed right by the vending machine, but it didn't notice his clothes-hanging pole, so these zombies indeed lacked night vision. By the time he had collected all the remaining food from the vending machine, Lin Yao suppressed his excitement. This time he had harvested 3 cups of instant noodles, 4 small bread rolls, 7 sausages, 5 packs of small braised eggs, and 1 small self-heating hot pot. If they rationed this food, it would be enough for him and Wu Xueyan to last a few more days. After putting away the food, just as he was about to head back through the duct, Lin Yao suddenly noticed that the vending machine was slowly being pushed aside. Lin Yao remembered that there was originally a recess behind this vending machine used for storing firefighting equipment. Later, when the vending machine was placed there, this recess became empty. Could there be a living person inside? With his night vision, looking through the gap of the vending machine, Lin Yao saw a pair of big eyes. It was a girl. The girl had been hiding behind the vending machine all along and had witnessed the entire process of Lin Yao collecting food. She knew this was her only chance of being rescued. As the gap widened, the girl held out a piece of paper with the words, SOS. She didn't know if the person in the duct could see what she had written, so she was just grasping at straws. She had been hiding in this recess for 2 days, with food right in front of her, but out of reach. And she felt like she was about to faint from hunger. Seeing the note, Lin Yao found paper and a pen from his own pocket, then taped it to the clothes-hanging pole and extended it to the gap. On it was written, "Show your face." He didn't want to be a do-gooder for nothing. If she was ugly, he would turn back. The girl was taken aback, but complied, pushing the gap a little wider to reveal her face. Lin Yao's eyes lit up. The girl was very pretty. She looked like a college student, with a small face and big eyes, not inferior to the landlady at all. Worth rescuing. Lin Yao began to think of a way to save her. He tested the strength of the clothes-hanging pole in his hand, then wrote a few more words and passed them over. "Grab the pole. I'll pull you up." After reading it, the girl was a bit worried, afraid that the pole wasn't strong enough. If it broke midway, she would be directly exposed to the zombies. Seeing that the nearby zombies had just moved away, Lin Yao extended the pole to the gap and signaled her to grab it quickly. The girl gritted her teeth, knowing this was her only chance. She squeezed out from the gap and grabbed the pole tightly. Lin Yao began to pull upward with force. The girl didn't look heavy, but he still pulled with all his might. "I should have put some attribute points into strength," he muttered to himself. Lin Yao felt his arms were about to give out, but luckily he had eaten something and had some strength. He managed to pull the girl up to the duct opening. Crack! The clothes-hanging pole finally couldn't bear the weight and snapped. The girl let out a scream, and her body was about to fall. Lin Yao reacted quickly and hurriedly reached out to grab her. That scream was like a loudspeaker. The zombies on the 5th floor were awakened and all surged toward this spot. "Don't scream, or I'll throw you down." Lin Yao suppressed his voice and scolded her, then quickly pulled her up with force. "Damn, that scared me to death." The zombies below rushed over but didn't see anyone, so they could only gather together and roar. Lin Yao gestured for the girl to follow him and crawl. The girl suppressed her fear and nodded. The two of them crawled back silently, and after more than 10 minutes, they finally returned to the shop. "Lin Yao, you're back. Did you get the food?" "Huh." Wu Xueyan's heart finally settled when she saw Lin Yao return, but then she suddenly noticed he had brought back a pretty girl. She immediately felt a bit jealous. Lin Yao ignored what she was thinking, reached out to catch the girl, and set her on the ground, finally getting a full view of her. Besides her pretty face, she was about 1.6 meters tall, with a slender figure, though she still had a decent chest. She wore a white short-sleeved top and denim shorts, looking youthful and attractive. As soon as her feet touched the ground, the girl hurriedly bowed to Lin Yao and said, "Thank you for saving me." Her face still bore tears from the narrow escape. Lin Yao didn't say "you're welcome," but instead asked, "What's your name? How old are you?" The girl paused. Why was he interrogating her like this? But remembering that he was her savior, she honestly answered, "My name is Yu Qian, a sophomore at Hanqing University, 19 years old this year." "So young," Lin Yao nodded as he listened. Then he briefly introduced himself and Wu Xueyan, and rewarded Wu Xueyan with a sausage. He sat down to one side and opened a self-heating hot pot. The hot pot was very small, just enough for one person. Wu Xueyan saw that Lin Yao had no intention of sharing it with her. She took the ham sausage and sat alone to one side, sulking. Soon, the aroma of the hot pot wafted out, making Yu Qian's mouth water uncontrollably. She felt that Lin Yao had no intention of inviting her. Summoning her courage, she walked up. "Lin Yao, can I have a bite? Just one bite." "Sure, as long as you become my woman." Lin Yao put down his chopsticks, wiped his mouth, and said with a smile. Wu Xueyan looked up in surprise when she heard Lin Yao tell the newly arrived female college student to become his woman. What does this mean? Isn't this old lady enough for him? Yu Qian was also taken aback. Then a look of disgust appeared on her face. "If you won't give it, then don't. And you have the nerve to ask me to be your woman? Have you looked at yourself? Do you know who I am? I'm the campus belle of the media school at Hanqing University. There are no fewer than 100 guys chasing after me, if not 80. You just saved me once. What's there to be proud of?" "Humph. I won't eat it then." After saying that, regardless of Lin Yao's cold expression, she turned her head and found a place to sit down. Between being angry and eating, Lin Yao chose to eat first. After all, he had been gnawing on bread for the past 2 days. Having some hot food to warm his stomach would give his body strength. Only after finishing even the soup did Lin Yao wipe his mouth, light a cigarette, and say, "Well said. You are a high and mighty college campus belle. A fairy. I'm just an ordinary worker with no special skills. I shouldn't be a toad lusting after a swan's flesh. But since you're a fairy, you probably don't need to eat mortal food. That was presumptuous of me." After speaking, he weighed the food he had just collected in his hand and stuffed it all into his backpack. Wu Xueyan's eyes lit up when she saw that Lin Yao had so much food. She no longer dared to sulk and took the initiative to sit beside Lin Yao. Since you're being quite obedient, I'll give you an extra braised egg tomorrow morning." Lin Yao was very satisfied with the landlady's behavior and patted her head. Yu Qian originally wanted to retort, but then thought that after all, he had saved her life, so she could only turn her head away. Lin Yao glanced sideways at her and then ignored her. So what if she's a campus belle? It's the apocalypse now. Does she still expect me to send her flowers and invite her to dinner and a movie? She must be dreaming. When Yu Qian saw that both of them had gone to rest, she followed suit and made a bed on the floor to sleep. After huddling in that groove for 2 days, she could finally sleep. The night passed without a word. At 7 in the morning, Lin Yao woke up on time, and shortly after, Wu Xueyan also woke up. Feeling his throat a bit dry, Lin Yao took out the last bottle of mineral water from his backpack, took a sip, and then handed it to Wu Xueyan to take a sip. Without food, one can still hold out for a few more days, but without water, it's very difficult. So this bottle of mineral water had to be conserved. In the morning, Lin Yao kept his word. Besides the small bread, he also gave Wu Xueyan an extra pack of small braised eggs. Wu Xueyan was overjoyed and couldn't help but hug Lin Yao and give him a kiss, and her loyalty rose to 50%. A woman's mind changes so quickly. After breakfast, Wu Xueyan looked at Yu Qian, who was still sound asleep, and asked Lin Yao, "What are you planning to do with this female college student?" "Nothing. I saved her life, which is already more than enough. If she doesn't agree to be my woman, then let her starve to death here." Lin Yao took out his cigarette case, lit his last cigarette, and said, in his mind, he began to consider whether he should get some more cigarettes. He hadn't had the habit of smoking before, but after his mother passed away, he was so grief-stricken that he smoked all night and suddenly picked up the habit. "Why do you insist on making her your woman? Isn't having me enough?" Wu Xueyan voiced the doubt in her heart. Lin Yao certainly wouldn't tell her the truth. He rolled his eyes and said, "If she's not my woman, then why did I save her? To share our food with her?" Seeing that Lin Yao didn't give a direct explanation, Wu Xueyan didn't dare to press further. The sound of their chatting woke Yu Qian up. Struggling to prop herself up, she saw the two of them, and her mind slowly recalled the current situation. Lin Yao ignored her. He either chatted with Wu Xueyan or hid behind the curtain to observe the zombies. By noon, Lin Yao gave Wu Xueyan a bucket of instant noodles with a ham sausage. Yu Qian finally couldn't hold on any longer. After waking up, Yu Qian had been thinking about how to get Lin Yao to voluntarily give her food. But after much thought, she felt that a man who had entered society like him was not as easy to fool as the boys at school. Without giving him some benefits, there was no way she would get any food. Moreover, from eavesdropping on Lin Yao and Wu Xueyan's conversation, she deduced that Wu Xueyan was the landlady of this shop, and Lin Yao was an employee. It was because of the sudden appearance of zombies outside that the landlady had gotten together with the employee for food. This further proved that if she didn't become his woman, she wouldn't be able to get any food. So Yu Qian had only two choices: either give up her body to stay alive, or starve to death on the spot. The female college student's brain was still quite sharp. After figuring all this out, she decided to live. She was still young and had plenty of youth ahead of her. Lin Yao, I'm willing to be your woman. Can you give me something to eat? Yu Qian mustered her courage, walked up to Lin Yao, and said. Lin Yao turned to look at her, crossed his legs, and said, "Oh, don't. You're a fairy. Weren't there 100 or 80 guys chasing after you? Go find them. If I could find them, would I need to beg you?" Yu Qian cursed inwardly, but her words remained humble. "I was ungrateful last night. I'm sorry." Lin Yao could tell there was no sincerity in her tone, but he didn't care. Pointing to the soft stool where Wu Xueyan had slept the previous night, he said, "Lie down on it." Yu Qian's face stiffened. She had planned to get the food first and then renege, but Lin Yao's move directly cut off her crooked thoughts. "What? Still unwilling? Don't worry, I won't force you." Lin Yao seemed to see through her intentions. I'm willing. I'm willing." Yu Qian hurriedly nodded, tears welling up in her eyes, and went over to the soft stool. Ding dong. Detected that the host has obtained a second woman. Reward: 1 system lottery draw. This time there was no extra reward, and Lin Yao didn't mind. Having a lottery draw was satisfying enough. Yu Qian held the bowl of instant noodles with a ham sausage that Lin Yao gave her, her face ashen. For this cheap thing, she had sold her body. In the past, this would have been completely unimaginable. Those guys who chased after her, even if they invited her to dinner, it had to be at a high-end restaurant in Hansheng, costing at least several thousand yuan. Even so, she had never sold herself for that. Now, for this bowl of instant noodles, she actually... Wu Xueyan watched Yu Qian's state and secretly shook her head. She could understand this girl's feelings, but she wouldn't go over to comfort her. Now they could only barely survive by relying on Lin Yao. All the past, let it all vanish like smoke. Lin Yao got dressed and sat to the side, having no intention of comforting Yu Qian at all, showing quite a bit of scumbag potential. On the wife page, Yu Qian's avatar had appeared. Lin Yao clicked to view it. Name: Yu Qian. Age: 19. Height: 165 centimeters. Measurements: 34B-20-31. Charm rating: A. Loyalty: 5%. Offspring: none. Ability: not yet awakened. In terms of figure, she indeed couldn't compare to the well-endowed landlady, but her looks weren't bad, and her overall rating was still A. From now on, I'll never settle for anything below A. Having gained 2 A ranks right from the start, Lin Yao's standards had immediately been raised. Then, stroking his chin, A rank probably isn't the highest. There should be S rank above it. Are there SS and SSS ranks? Even the landlady and Yu Qian are only A rank. Lin Yao began to look forward to encountering even higher-level beauties. Now with nothing else to do, of course, it was time for a lottery draw. The wheel started spinning, and Lin Yao's face showed some anticipation. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for drawing the item. Advanced alloy crossbow bolts. Unlimited quantity. Congratulations to the host for drawing the level 1 monster slaying skill. Lin Yao suddenly sat up straight, a look of pleasant surprise on his face. It wasn't that he was overreacting. It was just that this was the first time the system had given him an item. Advanced composite crossbow bolts? Only bolts, no crossbow? Then Lin Yao noticed the anomaly. With only bolts and no crossbow, how was he supposed to shoot them? Throw them by hand? That would be useless. Throwing a crossbow bolt is even less lethal than throwing a brick. Lin Yao cursed the scammy system under his breath, then checked the item details anyway, and a joyful expression reappeared on his face. Advanced alloy crossbow bolt. Made from multiple rare alloys, extremely hard. The host can control its launch with willpower, with a speed comparable to a rifle bullet. Materials produced by the system can be used to upgrade the crossbow bolt. This is awesome. Lin Yao was overjoyed. This item means you don't even need a crossbow. You can shoot it directly out of thin air, and its speed rivals a rifle bullet. Tell me, who could dodge that? With this item, Lin Yao doesn't have to fear the zombies outside anymore. Just find a place to hide and shoot cold arrows. Plus, unlike a gunshot, the crossbow bolt makes very little noise. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Then Lin Yao checked the newly acquired skill. This is an upgradable skill. Monster Slaying Level Up Level 1. For every 10 level, 1 zombies the host kills, gain 1 skill point, with a chance to gain an additional attribute point. Lin Yao was so happy he almost jumped up. The rewards from this system lottery were simply amazing. With the crossbow bolts he could kill zombies, and killing zombies would let him level up. A complete one-stop service. Wu Xueyan stared at Lin Yao in bewilderment. One moment he was frowning, the next grinning from ear to ear, then jumping up. What was he doing? Performing a face-changing act? Lin Yao couldn't wait to test out his lottery gains. He told Wu Xueyan to keep an eye on Yu Qian, then crawled back into the air conditioning duct. After climbing outside the shop, Lin Yao secretly removed a duct cover and used his willpower to control a crossbow bolt, aiming at a zombie wandering nearby. Whoosh! The bolt made a faint sound as it cut through the air, hitting the zombie squarely in the stomach. The huge impact force sent the zombie stumbling backward and falling to the ground. Roar! Suddenly attacked. The zombie let out a roar, and then other zombies swarmed over, crowding together and roaring. Lin Yao was satisfied with the bolt's attack power. It was quiet and quite fast, perfect for ambushing zombies. But why couldn't it kill the zombie? Hiding in the duct, Lin Yao peered through a gap and saw the zombie he had shot in the stomach get up from the ground. Blood was flowing everywhere, but it could still move. After thinking for a moment, Lin Yao remembered Xiaowan. Back then, he had casually hit Xiaowan on the head with a wrench, and only then did she die completely. So, to kill a zombie, you had to hit its head. Let's try that. The zombies had no idea he was hiding above them. Using willpower control, he aimed at a zombie's head. Whoosh! This shot hit a zombie with pinpoint accuracy. The zombie let out a feeble roar and collapsed to the ground. It worked. Lin Yao was delighted. Staying hidden in place, he shot out 1 crossbow bolt after another. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Not every shot hit the head, but Lin Yao wasn't impatient at all. With so many zombies around, he could use them to practice his aim. The zombies in this area of the 5th floor were milling around like headless flies, completely unaware that the threat was coming from above. After half an hour of experimenting, Lin Yao felt dizzy and his vision blurred. Constantly using willpower to aim and shoot was quite draining on his mental energy, but the results were decent. He had shot and killed at least 20 zombies below. Some zombies moved so erratically that they were shot full of holes like porcupines, yet he just couldn't hit their heads. Lin Yao calculated that his one-shot kill accuracy was now over 60%. For slow-moving zombies, it was basically a guaranteed hit. Not only had his accuracy improved, but Lin Yao also became more adept at releasing the crossbow bolts. The bolts were shot directly from the system, but since the system wasn't a physical thing, the bolts essentially appeared out of thin air. The farthest launch point of the bolt could be up to 1 meter away from him. That meant he could hide inside the shop and shoot bolts through the wall, instantly maximizing safety. Lin Yao also tested and found that the bolt wouldn't lose accuracy within at least 100 meters. As for the maximum range, due to space constraints for now, he would have to find another opportunity to test it later. Feeling that his head was no longer so dizzy, Lin Yao slowly began to crawl back. After returning to the shop, Wu Xueyan and Yu Qian were sitting together chatting. It seemed the shop owner was using her best PUA skills to brainwash Yu Qian, a university student who hadn't graduated yet had never experienced this and was being fooled into a daze. If you asked how Lin Yao knew, just look at the loyalty levels. Now Wu Xueyan's loyalty had risen to 60%, and Yu Qian's had already reached 40%. Seeing Lin Yao return, both women stood up at the same time. Lin Yao, you're back. Lin Yao, the zombies outside seemed to riot just now. I secretly took a look and saw quite a few dead zombies. Was that you? Plunking himself down on the floor mat, Lin Yao said with a smile, it was me. I have some unusual abilities. I went out to test them just now, and I've already killed over 20 zombies. Both women's faces lit up with joy upon hearing this. Really? Of course it's true. Can't you see how exhausted I am? Boss lady, massage my head. Yu Qian, give my arms a rub. Lin Yao lay down on the mat and started ordering them around. The two women exchanged a glance, then obediently complied, one massaging his temples, the other rubbing his arms. Lin Yao, since you can kill zombies, could you save my sister? Yu Qian said in a low voice while rubbing his arm. Your sister? Is she still alive? Where is she? Lin Yao, who had been enjoying himself with his eyes closed, opened them upon hearing Yu Qian's words and asked. Yu Qian glanced outside and said, My sister and I came here to go shopping together. We were singing together in a mini KTV booth at the time. We got tired, and my sister was resting there. I came out to find a vending machine to buy snacks. Who knew that before I could get anything, I saw zombies biting people. I happened to see a recess behind the vending machine, so I squeezed in and hid there. My sister is still inside the mini KTV booth. I sent her a message just now, and she's still hiding inside. There's a curtain blocking the view, so the zombies haven't discovered her. Here, look. Saying this, she took out her phone to show Lin Yao the chat log. After reading the chat log, Lin Yao recalled the mini KTV booths on this floor. They seemed to be lined up on the other side, about 30 meters away. A mini KTV booth is a small room about 1 square meter placed inside a mall, only able to fit 2 people, with a curtain for privacy. Actually, if someone hid inside and didn't come out, the zombies might not necessarily find them. But that distance, 30 meters, that's quite far. However, Lin Yao also remembered that a few meters past the mini KTV booths, there seemed to be a convenience store. The food stock in a convenience store is much more than in a vending machine. Right now, the food he had was only enough for today, so he had to go restock. But, of course, he wouldn't save someone for free. Is she your biological sister? What's her name? What does she look like? Lin Yao wasn't about to be a do-gooder, so he asked Yu Qian. Yu Qian was taken aback and instantly understood what Lin Yao meant. She couldn't help but say, She's my biological sister. Lin Yao, could you please not make things difficult for my sister? I can do it. You are you. And she is she. I won't risk my neck for your sister just because you're my woman. So think it over. Anyway, you two can still contact each other right now. You can just ask her directly. If she's not willing, then forget it. A mischievous grin appeared on Lin Yao's face. Then, regardless of what Yu Qian thought, he continued to rest with his eyes closed. A pair of sisters, huh? Yu Qian is already so pretty, so her sister can't be too bad. Yu Qian's hands paused for a moment. After hesitating briefly, she said, Then I'll ask her. She walked aside and took out her phone to send a message. Lin Yao didn't care whether Yu Qian's sister was willing or not. He was going to the convenience store to restock tonight anyway. After resting up a bit, he would go out and kill more zombies. Right now, just the visible zombies on the entire 5th floor numbered in the hundreds. And he had to be careful not to attract zombies from other floors. It was a long and arduous task. Yu Qian and her sister communicated via their phones. From Yu Qian's expression, it was clear her sister didn't agree, and Yu Qian was extremely anxious. Finally, 2 hours later, Yu Qian breathed a sigh of relief. With a joyful look, she walked over to Lin Yao and said, Lin Yao, my sister agreed. She agreed to also be your woman. Yu Qian felt she could hardly get the words out. She agreed, but I haven't agreed yet. First, introduce your sister, and then show me a photo. Lin Yao finished resting and felt his energy return. Yu Qian took out her phone and started flipping through photos, then handed it to Lin Yao. This is my sister. Her name is Yu Qian. 4 years older than me, works at an internet company. Lin Yao nodded as he looked. From the photo, Yu Qian and Yu Qian looked somewhat alike, but Yu Qian had shed her youthful innocence and knew how to dress up better, with light makeup on her face and her hair dyed burgundy, looking like a very charming urban beauty. All right, tell her. I'll find a chance to rescue her tonight. Remember, she must not make a sound, or if zombies swarm over, I won't be able to save her. Lin Yao was very satisfied with Yu Qian. Okay. Thank you, Lin Yao. Yu Qian took back her phone and happily went to send the message. Sisters sharing one husband and still so happy. Are female college students really this clueless? Lin Yao chuckled and complained inwardly, then stood up and continued preparing to kill zombies. There were still 4 hours until dark, so he could do 2 more rounds. This time, Lin Yao deliberately avoided the route between the shop and the mini KTV, switching to other routes to kill zombies. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The crossbow bolts mercilessly shot down zombies. This round went well. In just 10 minutes, he killed over 30 zombies. After going back to rest for 2 hours, he went out again and killed another 30+ zombies. In just one day, Lin Yao had killed a total of around 100 zombies. Phew, today's haul was good. Back in the shop again, after distributing the food, he ate a sausage while checking the system. The 100 zombies gave him a total of 10 skill points, plus the unused ones from before. So now he had 20 skill points in total. The system also rewarded him with an extra 5 attribute points, which he put all into strength. Host: Lin Yao, strength, 15, defense, 10, agility, 9, spirit, 5, charm, 7, skill points, 20, skills, night vision, fireball LV.1, virus resistance LV.1, monster grinding LV.1, item, advanced alloy crossbow. 10 skill points seemed like a lot, but Lin Yao actually found that it was only enough to upgrade one LV.1 skill to LV.2 and nothing else. All skills require 10 skill points to go from LV.1 to LV.2. So wouldn't LV.2 to LV.3 need even more? Lin Yao felt a headache coming on. I've been busting my ass all day, and it's only enough for one level. After thinking it over, he upgraded monster grinding and virus resistance to LV.2. Monster grinding LV.2. Every 8 LV.1 zombies killed grants 1 skill point, with a chance of an extra attribute point reward. Nice. The required kill count has decreased, so if he kills this many zombies again tomorrow, he'll get even more skill points. And just on this floor alone, by Lin Yao's rough estimate, there should be no fewer than 500 zombies. After all, it's a famous commercial center in Zhonghan City, and the day the outbreak happened was a weekend, so there were quite a few people. The future looks promising. Virus resistance LV.2 can resist the corpse poison of LV.2 zombies, so there really are LV.2 zombies. As night fell, Lin Yao rested with his eyes closed. Tonight, it would probably be a tough fight, but for food and to grow stronger, he had to take this risk. At 8 p.m., the entire commercial center went pitch black again. Lin Yao climbed out through the duct. This time, he couldn't replicate the method he used to rescue Yu Qian. The duct he was in wasn't connected to the mini KTV's duct, so he had to go down. But to get to the convenience store, whether he rescued Yu Qian or not, he had to go down. At the end of the duct, Lin Yao expertly opened the vent, poked his head out, and looked around. Right below him, 2 zombies were wandering. In this area, no fewer than 50 zombies were roaming, and even farther away, zombie silhouettes could be seen moving. Lin Yao didn't dare take on so many zombies head-on right now, but since zombies weren't very bright, he'd play a little game of the 36 stratagems with them. Make a sound in the east and strike in the west. Lin Yao's current position wasn't far from the mini KTV and the convenience store. He aimed at a glass window 100 meters away in another direction and fired a crossbow bolt. Whoosh! Crash! Clatter! The glass shattered, and all the zombies were startled, rushing toward the source of the sound. Seeing that no zombies were paying attention to him, Lin Yao quickly dropped down from the duct. He dashed swiftly to the convenience store. Rescuing people was secondary. Getting food was the priority. The convenience store was a mess inside, with snacks and water scattered all over the floor. Some shelves had also toppled over, but there was still plenty of food here. Lin Yao took off his backpack and stuffed it with whatever he could grab. The zombies in the distance were still howling. Lin Yao moved fast, and soon his backpack was full. Done. Just as he was about to turn around and leave, Lin Yao poked his body out and then quickly ducked back. Those zombies had wandered around the shattered glass for a few minutes without finding any living person, and then returned to their mechanical roaming state. A few zombies were heading this way. Lin Yao didn't panic at all. He aimed at another piece of glass and fired a crossbow bolt. The loud noise drew the zombies again, and Lin Yao seized the chance to dash out of the convenience store and reach the mini KTV. There were 5 small booths in this row, and only one had its curtain drawn. Lin Yao ran up to the outside of the mini KTV and gently tapped the glass door with his fingers. Tap, tap, tap. He knocked 3 times, the prearranged signal. The glass door opened a crack, and Yu Qian peered through it. Seeing a young man, her face lit up with joy, and she was about to speak. Lin Yao hurriedly made a shushing gesture. First the younger sister is clueless, and now the older sister is too? He then signaled for Yu Qian to follow him. Yu Qian nodded and tiptoed out of the small booth. Lin Yao led the way in front. With his night vision, he could see the path clearly. Click, click, click. Suddenly, Lin Yao froze and turned to look at Yu Qian in disbelief. Yu Qian also sensed something was wrong, and her face showed fear. Damn it! Why are you still wearing high heels? Lin Yao cursed inwardly. Earlier, Yu Qian had only shown her head, so he hadn't noticed the shoes on her feet. This clueless woman was going to get them killed. He looked toward the zombies, and sure enough, drawn by the sound of the high heels, they were already charging this way. Run barefoot, Lin Yao shouted, kicking off Yu Qian's high heels and pulling her into a sprint. It was 30 meters from here to the shop. At his speed, He could make it in less than 5 seconds, but he had a dead weight with him. Yu Qian reacted quickly too, shaking off the high heels on her feet and running with Lin Yao. But who would have thought, after just 2 steps, her foot slipped and she tripped, falling flat on her face. Lin Yao was so furious he felt like ditching this woman to feed the zombies, but to grow stronger. He gritted his teeth, bent down, scooped her up, and kept running. Open the door. Lin Yao yelled toward the shop. Wu Xueyan reacted swiftly and raised the rolling shutter. No, there's no time. Carrying Yu Qian slowed Lin Yao down considerably. Some zombies were almost upon them. If he ran inside and the zombies swarmed in, blocking the rolling shutter, all of them would be done for here. Gritting his teeth, he hurled Yu Qian with all his might toward Wu Xueyan and Yu Xin, then turned around. Fireball. Lin Yao cast fireball directly. In an instant, 10 tennis ball-sized fireballs appeared around him. With a wave of his hand, the fireballs flew toward the nearest zombies. The fireballs moved fast, and upon hitting the zombies' bodies, they erupted into massive flames. Engulfed in fire, the zombies stumbled forward a couple of steps from momentum before collapsing to the ground. Lin Yao was delighted at the sight. The fireball spell was so powerful. In that case, let's do it again. He launched another 10 fireballs. Boom, boom, boom. This time, a whole swath of zombies was knocked down. Lin Yao wanted to keep unleashing his power, but suddenly he felt a wave of weakness, as if he'd been drained dry. It seemed he could only fire 2 volleys of fireball at most. Seeing that the zombies couldn't catch up to him for the moment, Lin Yao turned and sprinted into the shop, using his last ounce of strength to help Wu Xueyan pull down the rolling shutter. Countless zombies surged to the front of the clothing store, pounding furiously on the rolling shutter. The man and 3 women inside held their breath, praying that this door could hold back the zombies. It wasn't until a few minutes later that the banging of the zombies gradually subsided. Lin Yao peered through the curtain and saw that the zombies were slowly leaving. Phew, that was way too thrilling. Lin Yao plopped down on the ground and breathed a sigh of relief. Actually, the whole process hadn't taken long. From when he went out to when he came back, it was only a few minutes in total. But being screwed over by Yu Qian like that, he nearly lost his life. Thinking of Yu Qian, Lin Yao instantly flew into a rage. He walked straight up to Yu Qian, who was still in shock, reached out with his big hand, and grabbed her by the neck. You idiot, you almost got me fed to the zombies. Lin Yao controlled his voice to a cold whisper, applying slight pressure with his hand. Lin Yao, what are you doing? Let go of my sister. Yu Qian was terrified at the sight and hurriedly stepped forward to pull Lin Yao away. Get lost. If it weren't for your idiot sister screwing me over time and again, would I have to fight so desperately? Lin Yao pushed Yu Qian aside, seemingly intent on strangling Yu Qian. Yu Qian's face quickly turned red from suffocation, and she stammered, sorry. Seeing Yu Qian's eyes starting to roll back, Lin Yao snorted coldly and let go. He wouldn't actually kill her. He still needed Yu Qian to make himself stronger. Gasping for air, Yu Qian sat on the ground, taking deep breaths. Yu Qian hurried over to support her. Sis, are you okay? Feeling like she had come back to life, Yu Qian shook her head. I'm fine, fine. Lin Yao then took a closer look at Yu Qian. Unlike Yu Qian's student-style outfit, Yu Qian wore a black cropped short-sleeve top and an orange-red miniskirt. Combined with her burgundy long hair, eyeshadow, and red lips, she looked alluring and seductive. She's also an A-rank. Lin Yao's anger subsided, and he secretly rated Yu Qian in his mind. Once Yu Qian's breathing steadied and she looked at him with fear, Lin Yao spoke directly. Your sister has already told you everything, right? You know what you need to do now. Yu Qian's already pale face turned even paler. Resigned to her fate, she nodded. I know. Good that you know. Lin Yao pointed to a soft stool nearby. Ding dong. Detected that the host has obtained a 3rd woman. Reward, 1 system lottery draw. Feeling hungry, Lin Yao opened his backpack, took out a few packs of instant noodles, and handed them to the 3 women. He also took out a bottle of mineral water and told them to share it, then walked alone behind the curtain to look outside. From the battle with the zombies just now, he had gained 3 skill points. But that wasn't the most important thing. The most important thing was that he seemed to have seen living people inside the investment promotion office. Every floor of this commercial center had an investment promotion office, responsible for attracting businesses to move in. Lin Yao remembered occasionally wandering over there before. The office was much larger than this men's clothing store, which was less than 30 square meters. During the fight with the zombies, his use of the fireball technique had caused quite a commotion. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw someone in the office looking over this way through the glass. Most importantly, That office had a toilet. They had been trapped in this clothing store for almost 4 days. If they hadn't been eating and drinking so little, they would have had little urge to excrete. Otherwise, they would have had to go right there on the spot. By tomorrow evening at the latest, he had to find a way to take over that office. Lin Yao made up his mind. Even fairies need to poop and pee. After eating, the Yu sisters hugged each other and fell asleep. Seeing Lin Yao deep in thought, Wu Xueyan took the initiative to walk up to him. Lin Yao, what was with those fireballs just now? Wu Xueyan had also thought Lin Yao and the others were doomed for sure and was about to pull down the rolling shutter door, but she was shocked by the sudden appearance of the fireballs. Lin Yao lay down on his makeshift bed, stretched, and gestured for her to lie down beside him, saying, "A superpower." "A superpower?" Wu Xueyan was stunned. Lin Yao pulled her into his arms and said, "Yeah. Do you remember what was different before Xiaowan went crazy?" Wu Xueyan frowned and thought for a moment, then said uncertainly, "I remember I was about to go have lunch. And suddenly my vision went white for a moment, but it went back to normal quickly. I thought I had low blood sugar. It wasn't just you. My vision also went white for a moment at that time, and then there was chaos on the other floors. I didn't pay attention at the time. When I got back to the store and saw Xiaowan had turned into a zombie, putting it all together, I think that's when I got my superpower." Lin Yao told the lie without blushing at all, but he felt he wasn't wrong. It must have been that time when everyone's vision suddenly went white. Some people turned into zombies, and some didn't. So that's how it is. Will I get a superpower? Wu Xueyan was a bit hopeful. Lin Yao laughed. Who knows? If you get a superpower, will you be the first to come after me for revenge? No way. I wouldn't do that. Wu Xueyan curled up in his arms like a docile kitten. Lin Yao laughed heartily and didn't press further. Even if Wu Xueyan did awaken a superpower, she wouldn't be a match for him. After Wu Xueyan fell asleep, Lin Yao opened the system and glanced at Yu Qian's personal information. Name: Yu Qian. Age: 23. Height: 164 centimeters. Measurements: 36 C-20-32. Charm rating: Loyalty: 20%. Offspring: none. Superpower: not yet awakened. As expected, the older sister has a better figure than the younger one, but still only A rank. Taking in Yu Qian gave him another lottery chance. Lin Yao certainly wouldn't let it sit idle. Time to draw? Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for drawing the Zombie Transformation Skill, Level 1. Congratulations to the host for drawing the Zombie Language Skill. Huh, what the heck are these? Zombie Transformation Level 1. The host can transform into an ordinary Level 1 zombie once per day. Duration 10 minutes. Note: only superficial change. Does not carry zombie virus and can be detected by zombies Level 3 and above. Zombie language. The host gains the ability to communicate with zombies. After reading the skill descriptions, Lin Yao's jaw nearly dropped. These two skills, one upgradable, one not, are way too practical. Turning into a zombie means he can walk around openly outside, and he even has the ability to communicate with zombies. Doesn't that mean, if handled properly, he could even control these zombies? Insane. That night, Lin Yao felt he finally had the means to survive. Day 5 of the apocalypse. Lin Yao rested up and regained his energy. This time, he planned to walk out openly. First, he could transform into a zombie, giving him some camouflage. Second, he wanted to check out the investment promotion office, where there were living people. How should he deal with them? Third, if he was lucky, he could blend into the zombie circle and see what they were talking about. Maybe he could pick up some useful intel. No sooner said than done. Lin Yao crawled through the duct again, found a spot where no zombies were watching, transformed into a zombie, and walked out. Lin Yao looked at his reflection in the glass, nodded with satisfaction. Now he looked no different from the other zombies. Eyes completely white, flesh on his body somewhat dried and withered, walking with a limp. The investment promotion office was in another corner of the 5th floor, about 70 or 80 meters from the men's clothing store. Lin Yao steeled his nerves and walked into the zombie horde. Hungry, hungry, hungry. In their idle state, every zombie occasionally made hoarse sounds from their throats. Lin Yao understood this time, so that's what hungry means. Lin Yao imitated the hoarse sounds and limped slowly toward the investment promotion office. The office had walls all around, with only a tempered glass door at the entrance, which was now covered by a curtain. Lin Yao, disguised as a zombie, lingered near the glass. There was a small gap in the curtain, just enough to barely see inside. Hey, it's a woman, Lin Yao muttered to himself. Through the gap, he could see the entire office was pitch black, but his night vision still made out a young woman in uniform sleeping inside, probably a staff member here. She was facing away from him, so he couldn't see her face clearly. Lin Yao pondered how to get into the office. Lin Yao circled the office and found a hidden passage, the back door of the office, facing the emergency exit, a relatively concealed spot. How could he get the people inside to open the door? Lin Yao fell into thought again. He looked up and quickly switched back to the zombie's dumbfounded state, because a female zombie had entered this hidden passage. Lin Yao secretly sized up this female zombie. If not for her zombie state, this woman must have been a very beautiful person when alive. Phoenix eyes, willow waist, slender eyebrows, and most importantly, fully loaded in the chest department. Lin Yao guessed that she was even more magnificent than the boss lady. Ah, what a pity. Roar, roar, roar. I want meat. The female zombie suddenly let out a hoarse roar at him. Oh my god, this female zombie talked to me. Roar, roar, I know, where there is meat. Lin Yao tilted his head and replied. The female zombie paused, then immediately roared at Lin Yao. Roar, 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 where is it? Take me there. A thought suddenly flashed through Lin Yao's mind. He spoke. Roar, 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 be my woman, and I will take you there. The female zombie was stunned again. What kind of request was this? Everyone has turned into zombies, and you still have that kind of desire? For the sake of food, the female zombie still replied. Hiss, hiss, hiss. I am willing. Ding dong. Detected that the host has obtained the fourth woman. Reward system lottery once. Oh my god, even zombies count. Lin Yao couldn't help but shout wildly in his heart. System, you really aren't picky. How am I supposed to go about this? She won't suddenly bite me midway, will she? Even if I'm immune to the zombie virus, a bite that causes massive bleeding will still kill me. Thoughts racing, Lin Yao quickly formed a plan in his mind. He said to the female zombie, hiss hiss roar, follow me. After speaking, he turned around and led the way. The female zombie didn't hesitate and directly followed. Lin Yao led the female zombie into the convenience store, scanned around inside, and picked up a pork sausage. After tearing it open, he handed it to the female zombie and said, roar, roar, eat. This, he had also noticed earlier that this female zombie was wearing the clothes she had on when alive. They were still relatively clean and tidy, indicating that she hadn't eaten human flesh. The female zombie hesitated for a moment, then still took the pork sausage and stuffed it into her mouth. Roar, 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 delicious, delicious. Hiss, 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 roar, 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 ha ha ha. This is my territory. Only I can bring you here. You are not allowed to come at other times. Lin Yao tried to give the female zombie an order. The female zombie tilted her head and replied, roar, roar, okay, okay. Afterward, Lin Yao led the female zombie away and explained quite a few things to her. The female zombie just woodenly agreed. He didn't know if she could carry them out, but he had to give it a try. What if it worked? He let the female zombie go off to play by herself. Lin Yao took the time to write a small note and stuck it on the door of the investment promotion office. Then he knocked on the glass door and left. His transformation time was almost up. Inside the investment promotion office, Zhou Chuchu heard the knocking and instantly jolted awake, hurriedly turning to look outside. Phew, they didn't discover me. Zhou Chuchu breathed a sigh of relief. Ever since the zombie outbreak, she had hung up a curtain and hidden here alone like this, with no food. She could only rely on sleeping to reduce energy consumption. Fortunately, this place often received guests, and the office had prepared quite a bit of water, so she had barely managed to hold on until now. But Zhou Chuchu still felt utterly hopeless inside. She had finished all the snacks secretly hoarded by all her colleagues in the entire office. If there was no more food, she felt she wouldn't survive tonight. Just as she was about to continue sleeping, out of the corner of her eye, she saw something on the glass door. Zhou Chuchu quietly approached the glass door and saw a note stuck on it backwards. A wild joy appeared on her face, because there were words written on the note. We are survivors from Yu Qian men's clothing store. We want to move to your place. Don't be afraid. We mean no harm, and we also have food. If you agree, after dark at 8 p.m., we will find a way to lure the zombies away. Then open the back door and let us in. Zhou Chuchu had some impression of Yu Qian men's clothing store. The boss lady was a charming woman older than her. She never expected there were still living people, and most importantly, they had food. With food, there was hope of survival. Zhou Chuchu couldn't care about anything else now, and could only hope for night to fall quickly. At the men's clothing store, Lin Yao climbed back through the pipe, panting. It wasn't that he was particularly tired. It was just that passing through a horde of zombies was too thrilling. Seeing the three women gather around, Lin Yao said, tonight we will move to the investment promotion office over in the southeast corner. You all get ready, and try to travel light. The three women were stunned. Lin Yao's thoughts had never been discussed with them. Was he just deciding to move like that? Lin Yao, why do we need to move? Isn't it fine here? Wu Xueyan was somewhat unwilling. Lin Yao directly rolled his eyes at her and said, "How many days has it been since you last used the toilet? How many days since you last showered?" Wu Xueyan was taken aback, only then understanding Lin Yao's meaning. She lowered her head and stopped fretting. The investment promotion office had its own bathroom and water source, so showering wouldn't be a problem. Yu Qian and Yu Qian were somewhat worried about safety. What about the zombies outside? We can't just walk right past so many zombies. Of course I know that. Tonight, I will find a way to lure all the zombies away. You need to get there as fast as possible. Remember, don't cause any more trouble for me. At the end, Lin Yao glanced at Yu Qian with a warning look. If this scatterbrained pair of sisters did something stupid again, he would absolutely leave them behind. Yu Qian was told off until her face turned bright red, and she nodded silently. Afterward, Lin Yao took out paper and pen again, drew a simple map, and gave instructions to the women about the relocation plan. The matter was settled like this. Lin Yao rested for a while and looked at the system panel. Name: Xu Qingyan, level 1 zombie. Age: 25. Height: 167 centimeters. Measurements: 38D-21-34. Charm rating: A+. Loyalty: 90%. Offspring: none. Ability: not yet awakened. So that's the name of that beautiful zombie. Lin Yao was somewhat surprised. This beautiful zombie's rating was a bit higher than the boss lady and the others. And her loyalty was so high. Was it because zombies are easy to fool? A single pork sausage got 90% loyalty. Lin Yao even started considering specializing in tricking beautiful zombies from now on. But although zombies are good-looking, you can't do that with them. It's still somewhat lacking in meaning. With nothing else to do, let's draw a lottery again. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for drawing 20 skill points. Congratulations to the host for drawing 10 attribute points. Damn it, no new stuff. Lin Yao cursed inwardly. In the previous few lotteries, the system had given very practical things. He had been full of anticipation this time, but who knew it would just give this? Forget it. Having something is better than nothing. Lin Yao was good at comforting himself. These 20 skill points could only upgrade 2 level 1 skills to level 2. Lin Yao decisively upgraded zombie transformation to level 2 first. He used the other one to upgrade fireball technique. Fireball technique was his big killer move, and the stronger the better. Fireball technique level 2 can launch 20 high-temperature fireballs per day. Fireballs are the size of a basketball, with guaranteed accuracy within 50 meters. Compared to level 1, the fireballs became bigger and the launch range increased. Zombie transformation level 2. The host can transform into an ordinary level 1 zombie once per day, duration 30 minutes. Note: only surface changes, does not carry zombie virus, and will be detected by zombies level 3 and above. Only the transformation duration increased significantly. Otherwise, there were still no other changes. But with the duration becoming 30 minutes, he had already used 10 minutes today. He planned to use the remaining 20 minutes tonight. Next was allocating the 10 attribute points. Lin Yao pondered for a moment and added 5 points each to agility and mental strength. Mental strength was related to how many zombies he could assassinate each day. As for agility, needless to say, run fast, and the zombies can't catch me. After allocation, Lin Yao experienced the changes in his body for a while, then threw himself into killing zombies. This time Lin Yao didn't crawl into the pipe again. He stayed directly in the store and controlled the crossbow to fire through the glass. Whoosh! After the improvement in mental strength, the accuracy of the crossbow also increased a lot. Zombies within Lin Yao's line of sight basically couldn't escape his sniping. An hour later, Lin Yao shook his somewhat swollen head, looked at his skill points which had reached as high as 18, and nodded with satisfaction. In just 1 hour, he had killed over 100 zombies, an unprecedentedly high efficiency. But that was the limit. The remaining zombies were not in this area. If he wanted to continue killing, he would either have to lure the zombies over or go out himself. After resting, Lin Yao distributed some food as lunch. After eating and drinking his fill, he decided to go out himself. Worst case, he could just turn into a zombie and run back. There were already about 200 zombie corpses nearby, and the stench was almost suffocating. Having eaten and drunk his fill, Lin Yao climbed out through the pipe again, put on a mask, and landed softly. Seeing that the zombies on the ground were already blocking the evening's escape route, Lin Yao frowned. He sighed and started moving the bodies. If the corpses piled up along the way, who knew if those silly women might trip or scream in fright and attract zombies? His physical strength had improved a lot now. Seeing that no zombies were paying attention to him, he grabbed one zombie in each hand and piled them in one direction. Clang. Suddenly, something fell on the floor and made a noise. Without thinking, Lin Yao immediately turned into a zombie and tilted his head. Sure enough, attracted by the sound, other zombies were already starting to look over. But because the sound wasn't loud, after a while the zombies returned to their idle state. Damn, what was that? Seeing that no zombies were paying attention to him anymore, Lin Yao breathed a sigh of relief and looked at the ground, where he saw a white, jade-like object that had fallen. That was what had made the noise just now. He picked it up and held it in his hand. It was cool to the touch, about the size of a Bluetooth earbud case. He had never seen anything like it before. It looked like a crystal. Lin Yao looked around and saw the zombie corpse he had just been handling. Its head had been blown open by his arrow, leaving a hole. This thing had fallen out of that hole. Checking other zombies, Lin Yao found that it seemed every zombie had one of these. Now he needed to figure out what they were used for. He used the tip of a crossbow bolt to dig out several similar crystals and put them in his pocket. Lin Yao found a safe spot and continued shooting zombies. Another hour passed, and he had gained about 12 skill points. Lin Yao then returned to the clothing store. Boss lady, have you ever seen this? Lin Yao took out a white crystal and handed it to Wu Xueyan. Wu Xueyan took it, examined it thoroughly, shook her head, and said, never seen it. Then Lin Yao also gave one each to the Yu sisters. The two sisters also shook their heads, indicating they hadn't seen it before. Alright, so this thing is useless? Lin Yao took back the 3 crystals, weighed them in his hand, and suddenly felt something was off. Why have they gotten smaller? Lin Yao remembered that these crystals all weighed about the same. He still had one in his pocket, so he took it out to compare. The crystals he had taken back from the boss lady and the 3 women were noticeably much smaller. And upon closer inspection, he also noticed that the crystals were no longer as snow-white as before. Instead, they were starting to look somewhat translucent, as if something inside had been drained out.